Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome to a very different kind of video. Today we're going to be unboxing a new keyboard I bought. I bought this, like, special keyboard. I say special, it's a fairly standard keyboard. But I bought it mainly because it has Cherry MX switches that should be quieter. So hopefully it's not the best, I don't think. But it was relatively cheap for a keyboard with Cherry MX switches. This has got the Speed Silver variety. I'm going to switch the camera to a desk-facing camera so that you can take a look at the thing I'm unboxing. Okay, so, welcome to a very unflattering shot. This is just my web camera, facing directly down at my desk, where my keyboard normally sits. This is my old keyboard. It's just an old, like, $20 keyboard. Or if, you know, in US dollars, I guess it'd be like a $10 keyboard. And you get to see my custom mouse pad. I don't know if I've shown this on camera before, but a friend of mine made this for me, essentially. There's a website that you could just get custom-made mouse pads, and so I got an Oddworld Inhabitants mouse pad, because I frickin' love Oddworld Inhabitants. I love their games. I can't wait for Soulstorm to come out. I'm very cautious of Soulstorm, though. I'm a little bit afraid of it because they showed that it's very different from the original game. But enough about that. We're here for this keyboard. So this keyboard has the Cherry MX Speed Silver switches, which aren't quite as quiet, I don't think, as the Cherry Reds that I was gonna get. But the only keyboard I could get that was affordable was just blue coloration. Now, if anyone knows my setup, they'll know that I have a blue screen behind me, or I have a sheet of blue behind me that I key myself out with. If I went with the blue LEDs, it could potentially interfere with my ability to key myself out. So I thought I'd go for one that was multicolored. And in this case, yeah, this full rainbow coloration spectrum. It says something about like 16.7 million color options. So yeah, for the time being, for anyone who's that way inclined, just know that now whenever I'm recording, I have a rainbow on my desk. Now, let's get this unboxing started. I believe this is just here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Wait, can't even see that. I gotta put it on the camera. How do I do this? I'm not an unboxer. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if that's the only plastic that I need to... There we are. It's weird doing this backwards. Okay. Voila. So yeah, this camera is probably not the best position, but I couldn't get it to sit in any other direction. Get that out of the way. Get my keyboard out of the way as well. There we go. Okay, let's have a look inside. We've got like little cloth wrapping. Okay, wait, let's see if I can pull these out first. Oh, okay, we got some cables. I'm assuming this is just some sort of... Was that a wireless cable? I don't know what that is. It's like a... It's got a little, like... I don't know if you can see that in the camera. Little metal triangular thing. Oh, it might be one of those, like, cable holders. Yeah, but whatever the case. It's got the... I believe this is the USB cable. It just has a little, like, mini USB to plug into the keyboard itself. Nothing else in the back here, so let's try and pull this out now. There we go. Let's just bring it over here. Voila! That was terrible, that was terrible. But yeah, here we go. Here's the keyboard. Yeah, it's not exactly the quietest, but it's a hell of a lot quieter than my current one. Let's see if I can type on my current one and see the loudness difference. I'll try and click onto something else so that I don't accidentally do something stupid. Okay, let's have a look. This is the old keyboard. Actually, it's probably different sound level because of where it's sitting. And actually, this might be louder where it's the way it's sitting. Well, whatever the case, for now, let's have a look to see what we've got in here. So we've got a manual of some kind. Yeah. I think this just has all of the different functions that the keyboard has. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that later. I'm gonna try and plug this in and see what it looks like. I think that's everything that's in there. We'll have to have a look to see how this looks when I turn it on. So yeah, here's the new keyboard. It's way heavier than the old keyboard. It's... yeah. I wonder if that almost sounds louder. I'll have to check what that sounds like when I look back at the recording. Whatever the case, this should look amazing once I plug it in, so I'll see you there. Man, this keyboard does not make it easy to find where to plug it in. There's a tiny little mini USB right in the back here. It took me a while to figure out where to plug this in. Yeah, so apparently it just sort of slots in here, plugs in, and then it goes through this little, like, narrow area here. Okay, so I've just plugged this in. You can just see there's a tiny amount of light coming through this one at the moment. I haven't done any setup whatsoever for this thing. So we'll have to see what this looks like once you get it all set up. Okay, so according to this little booklet thingy, I should just be able to use function keys. It shouldn't actually need any special program, although I might be wrong about that. So, Fn F4? Oh, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it's gone a color. I think it's just... is it changing color? No, it's just lit up. Okay, so I think you go something like... oh, when you hold function, this key becomes red, this key becomes green, and this key becomes blue. I don't know what I've done, but it's now pulsing. See, it's like green and then red and then blue and oh my god. Well, that's what I have now. I have this as a keyboard. It's kind of hard to see in the camera because the camera doesn't like direct lights. Oh, there we go. That's better. Wait, I'll see if I can turn it around. And yeah, that's what I see. Yeah. Look at that. Well, from just like general pressing of buttons, it sounds to me like this keyboard is actually louder than my old one, which is not a good thing. Kind of the reason I bought this one was that it sounded like, from the test samples in the store, this one sounded like one of the quieter ones. Not the quietest, but one of the quieter ones. But I've been listening to my keyboard, during my editing, I've been listening to my old keyboard making tons of clackety, this kind of noise. And I was trying to find a way to reduce that noise. But this clearly has not solved that problem. I've been trying to cut it out of my videos, but I might have to invest in some O-rings or something like that to try and reduce the sound a little bit. Especially for just like the WASD, shift key, space key, that kind of stuff. Because it's very difficult to remove that from, especially games like Silent Hill Alchemila, where it's very quiet, very atmospheric. Hearing this like clattering of keys usually is a little bit like immersion breaking, or it takes you out of it a bit, but yeah. This should be interesting. I'll give it a try and I'll see what I think. Otherwise I might either I'll have to return it or I might have to invest in some O-rings, because I believe this keyboard you can just pull each of the keys off and install O-rings. You should be able to do that with most keyboards, really. But this isn't like one that restricts you from doing that. It should be perfectly good to go. There, good to go with setting up some quieter systems. Now, I'll go back to the normal camera. So yeah, that was this unboxing video. I believe this keyboard has a little system for setting up how much or for how long each color sort of spreads across the keyboard. So I'll have to play around and see how that works. But yeah, this has been really fun. This has been interesting. Such a different kind of video. I'm so not used to being not on the camera when I'm talking, I'm so not used to being just a voice in a microphone, or just being hands, like doing stuff on my keyboard, on my desk. That was really weird. That was really interesting. But whatever the case, if you like what you saw, hit like. Let me know if you want to see more unboxing stuff. If you want to see more gameplay, maybe box unboxing in future, possibly, then subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and as always,